Hey everyone, so I was home for the holidays and I found a lot of hidden treasures that I knew I had, but I haven't seen them in over a decade. So I found many of my old knives as a kid, and I'm going to do a series of videos on these knives, and I'll be just posting them up. I have to tell you now, I don't know much about them. You know, I'm trying to find some information about them on the internet, but there's very limited info. I do know that I had them when I was a kid, so they're easily already 30 years old right there, over 30 years old. They then were held by one of my relatives that I know that they had them for a long time themselves. I think oldest case could be a knife from the 40s or 50s. May have one from the early 80s. So this can range from, I'm guessing, the 40s through very early 80s. So you'll just have to stay tuned and see my other knives. But today's is this one I have. They're all pocket knives, slip joints, and this is the first one up, and it's very small. So you can see the knife is a little over, well over 2 inches, almost 3 inches. And it has kind of a unique, I'm assuming it is wood, but it's a unique scale that's, if you have a poor monitor, it has highlights of brown, black, and yellow, and hints of orange. It does have silver looking bolsters on all sides, and then it has 2 blades within it. Okay, so I'm going to open up the first blade. It's kind of the traditional, that's actually a unique design, kind of a straight flat edge. It almost looks like a drop point, but it has this kind of slanted down curve to the blade up there. And it has a little, place where you can pull with your fingernail to open the blade. You can see many of these knives have been used, worn, and they're just old. So that's kind of how it looks. I'm going to show you the other blade before I get into the further detail here. But this one looks like the blade, I don't know, I did it or someone else did it, but the blade's been snapped in two. This was probably double the length of what you see here. And I don't know, it just broke. You can see it's very shiny still in this particular blade. So let's close that up and go back to any kind of markings on the blade here. So first of all, you can see this, it looks like a crown. Okay, so this is the only logo or marking on here that I can tell, and I'm leading up to what it is. But so this is the, let me see if I can get an ultra close view for you. There we go. So it's a crown. Okay, so now let me open up the blade and show you some writing on it. I'm doing my best to hold it still. Look at that. Let me brace it. Okay, so from what I can tell, this says WU Imperials, and it's kind of hard to see, but Providence, Rhode Island. So WU Imperials. And I looked it up, and this appears to be a company that Strayed Knives merged with or bought years ago. So this, you could say this is a very old-time Strayed knife. This Imperials company, they appear to be one of the leading knife manufacturers back in the World War II era. They made a lot of the bayonets the soldiers used. So this is very much USA made. And decent little pocket knife. It is not sharp at all, but it possibly was back in the day. It doesn't say anything about the steel. There are some other markings on not that side. This, oh wait, I was wrong. It's another knife coming up. Sometimes they have a set of numbers on these that may be serial numbers or model numbers, but not on this one. Let me look at the other blade one more time. Close that. No, I'm sorry folks, I am right. This has a whole mess of numbers on it. Good luck trying to link what that is. Okay, one more view. So it's a nice small little pocket knife. Get a look at the close-up look at the different colors of the scales here and the logo. Look to be tapped in. Standard slip joint that it's still working fine. Bolsters. Okay, so if you have any further information about this knife, I'd love to hear it. Let me know. I've done the standard Google search and definitely confirmed it's the old Imperial's knife company made in USA, but don't know much more than that. Don't know when it was made, the actual model number or anything like that. So thanks for watching. So hopefully with your contribution, I want to do a lot of these videos. I'm going to crowdsource the knowledge. So if you have more information about the knife, model number, year, made, any other information, share it. By all means, send me a note, leave a comment. Comments are probably the best place to start. Thanks.